Hi everyone. The next topic that we are discussing is divisibility of numbers. So the first question, a number is divided such that the divisor is 12 times the quotient and 48 is the remainder. If the divisor is 5 times the remainder, what is the remainder? So we know the formula that dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And we know that the divisor is 12 times the quotient. And let's assume that the quotient is q and the divisor is 12 times the quotient and the remainder is 48. Also, the same divisor, which is 12 times the quotient, is also 5 times the remainder. So that is that equation. 12 times q is 5 times the remainder. You solve this equation, you're going to get the value of q, which turns out to be 20. Once you get the value of q, substitute in the first equation and you get your final answer. So after substituting q as 20, the answer of the question turns out to be 4848, option 4. Second question, all consecutive natural numbers starting from 1 are written side by side till we write 100 digits. What is the remainder when this number is divided by 8? So we have to write 100 digits. And students, this is where the mistake happens. People consider 100 numbers, but it is actually 100 digits. So remainder of 8, if you remember, remainder test of 8 says last 3 digits should be divided by 8 to get the remainder. So when we start writing from 1 till we write 1 to 9, we would have utilized 9 digits. But from 10 onwards, every number that you write is going to take up to 2 digits. So 1 to 9, 9 digits done. We were supposed to write in totality 100 digits. So that means 91 digits are still left. And 10 onwards, every number is going to take 2 digits. So we'll consider next 45 numbers because those 45 numbers will give us 90 more digits after 9. So 9 plus 45 turns out to be 54. So by the time you write 54, you would have written additional 90 digits after 9, making the total number of digits of the number as 99. 1 to 9 वाले 9 and 9 के बाद 45 numbers के हर एक number के 2 digit, इसीलिए और 90 digits, hence total 99 digits. But we were supposed to write 100 digits. So जो भी next number है 54 के बाद, we just need the first digit of that number. And 54 के बाद you have 55. 55 का first 5. The moment we write that 5, we are done writing the 100 digits. So this is our huge number, 100 digits consecutively starting from 1. And now the question was, what is the remainder when this number is divided by 8? So the last 3 digits of this huge number are 545. Divide 545 by 8 and you get the remainder as 1. So the trick really was to write 100 digits and not 100 numbers. Third one, natural numbers from 1 to 100 are written side by side. Find the remainder when this number is divided by 9. So remainder test of 9 says sum of the digits should be divided by 9. Now here we are not supposed to write 100 digits, we are supposed to write 100 numbers. But the point is sum of the digits. So here the mistake that the students makes is they add the numbers, whereas in reality they are supposed to add the digits of the numbers, and that is very different. So while writing 1 to 100, the digits that we are going to use are going to remain the same. That is 1 to 9. I'm not considering 0 because even if I add it or subtract it, it is not going to make any change to my answer. So 1 to 9, you just have to understand each of the digit is repeated how many times. So from 0 to 99, each of the digit is repeated 20 times. So from 0 to 99, every digit is repeated 20 times. So what you are supposed to do, just add 1 to 9. 1 to 9 ka sum is 45 and that is going to be repeated 20 times. So 45 into 20, which is 900. But if you remember, we are supposed to write the numbers till 100. So 100 number, if I split it, the digits are 1 plus 0 plus 0, the sum of the digit for 100. So 900 plus 1, that is 1 plus 0 plus 0 for 100, which turns out to be the sum of the digits as 901. And this, when divided by 9, will give me the remainder as 1 again, which is answer option 3. So two really different question. One we were where we were supposed to add the digits, sum of the digits, and when one where we were supposed to write 100 digits. So be very careful in terms of the languages of the question. The fourth one, which numbers should be added or subtracted from 39240 so as to make it divisible by 11? So go by options. That's the best solution available. So when you add 2 and when you subtract 9 from 39240, when you add 2, the number will be 39242. So check whether 39242 is divisible by 11 or not. When you subtract 9, you get 39231. So check 39231 is divisible by 11 or not. So the really best way for solving this is go by options. And when you do that, what you end up realizing is option 3 is your answer for the question. That is, add 8 and subtract 3 from 39240. Only then the number is divisible by 11. Very straightforward and simple. Fifth one, a number is divisible by 36 and 10. Which of the following are false? So a number is divisible by 36 and 10 both. Now when that will be possible? When it is their common multiple. So common multiple is LCM. So 36 and 10 ka LCM turns to be 180. So consider the number as 180 and check for the statements. So number 180, statement number 1 is divisible by 15. 180 divisible by 15? Yes, that's a true statement. Second statement, 180 is divisible by 45. Is that a true statement? Yes, that is also right. Third statement, number can be either odd or even. So 180 is always even. So third statement is the false one. And the fourth one, number is always divisible by 75. So 180 is not divisible by 75. So fourth one is also false. So examiner was asking which of the false statements. So statement number 3 and 4 are the false statement. First and second is a true statement. So which option will mark? Will mark answer option 5 for the answer. So this is how you can proceed with such type of question without much complications. Sixth one, find the sum of the P and Q in the given number. It is also known that the number is divisible by 8 and 9 and P and Q both are greater than 0. So you have to use the divisibility of 8 and 9 here to get the answer of this question. So you start with divisibility of 8 first. So divisibility of 8 says the last three digits has to be divisible by 8. And when you observe the number, last three digits are 92Q. So 92Q has to be divisible by 8. For that, Q will take values either 0 or 8, 920 or 928. But then the original question said that P and Q both are supposed to be greater than 0. So Q cannot be 0, Q has to be 8. Then divisibility of 9 says sum of the digit has to be divisible by 9. So when you add all the digits, now that you have known the value of Q, which is 8 from the first part, P is the only variable. So the rest of the digits will add up to 40 plus P. So 40 plus P has to be the multiple of 9. That means P has to be 5 because 40 plus 5 will be 45. 45 is divisible by 9. So P is 5, Q is 8. Question was sum of P and Q. Sum of P and Q is 5 plus 8, that is 13. Answer option 5. You just have to know the divisibility of 8 and 9 and just apply. Seventh one. The difference between a two-digit number and a number obtained by interchanging the digit is 81. What is the difference between the digits of the numbers? So consider a original number xy and a number obtained after reversing is yx. Their difference was 81. So let's consider the place values and everything. So place values for the first number xy it will be 10x plus y. For yx it will be 10y plus x. When you subtract these two numbers, what you end up getting is 9 times x minus y for us, which for them is equivalent to 81. Take 9 common, divide throughout, x minus y turns out to be 9. And that was the question that they were asking. What is the difference between the digits? So the difference between the digits is 9, which is answer option 5. Eighth one. When a digit of a three-digit number are reversed, the value of a three-digit number reduces by 198. How many such combinations exist? So same trick that we have applied for two-digit, we can do that for three-digit number. So original number ABC, number obtained after reversing CBA. Consider the place values and subtract them. What will what you will end up getting is 99 times A minus C. For them, it was 198. So when you divide by 99 on both the sides, you will get A minus C as 2. So now you have to figure out all the cases where the difference between the two digits is 2. So there are total 8 such combinations that are available. 9768756420314253, etc. etc. Coming back to the third digit, which is B. Now there is nothing mentioned about repetition. That means repetition is allowed. Now B is a single digit and it can assume any value from 0 to 9. So that means for B, there are total 10 possibilities available. So A or C, the difference has to be 2, A between A and C. And for that, we have got 8 cases, as you can see on the screen. For B, single digit repetition is allowed, 0 to 9, 10 values are available. In totality, making it 80 values for the entire three-digit number for the different combination. So answer option 4 is your answer for this question. Ninth one. A six-digit number is formed by repeating a three-digit number ABC, ABC. You have done this category in the concept part itself. Any number of this form is always divisible by. So ABC, ABC is always divisible by ABC and 1001, and 1001 can be further broken down as 7, 11, 13. So 786, 786 is divisible by 786 and 1001, and 1001 can be further broken down as 7, 11, 13. That straight away gives you option 1 as the answer. This is the beauty of knowing such one of its type wale cases, which will make your life tremendously easier in all these kinds of questions. The last one is a superb question. If a number is successively divided by 4, 3, and 8, the remainders obtained are 2, 2, and 5 respectively. Find the remainder when it is divided by 11, sorry, when it is divided by 12 and divided by 15. So what you do usually is you proceed ulta. So at the end, we divided by 8 and we got the remainder 5. So you start from the smallest number, which when divided by 8 will give you a remainder 5. And the smallest number is 5 itself, because 5 when divided by 8 will give you a remainder 5 only. Then before that, we were dividing by 3 and we got the remainder of 2. And now because we are going reverse, we'll have to multiply. So 5 into 3 plus 2, that is 15 plus 2. The number that we have is 17. Then before that, we were dividing by 4 and we got the remainder 2. So to get the original number, because we are going reverse, we'll have to multiply. So 17 fours are plus 2, that is 68 plus 2, that is 70. So 70 can be our original number from where we started all of this, and you'll realize all of this matches. And now the question was, when the same number is divided by 12 and 15, what is the remainder? So 70 when divided by 12 and 15, in both the cases will give you a remainder of 10. Hold on, students. Don't mark this as an answer which is present in the option, one of the answers, because you need to think something else as well. So for example, if you remember why we started with 5, because it is the smallest number that we can begin with, but it is not the only number which when divided by 8 will give you a remainder 5, right? So for all you know, we could have got a different number, and let's work it out what happens. So instead of 5, if we, let's say, start with the next number, which is, let's say, 13, and repeat the entire process all over again. So 13 is divided by 8 will give you a remainder of 5. Then before that, we divided by 3, got the remainder of 2. So to get the number, we'll have to do ulta. 13 to 3 plus 2. 39 plus 2, 41. Before that, we divided by 4 and got the remainder of 2. So again, we do ulta, multiply 41 into 4 plus 2, 164 plus 2, 166. So instead of 70, the other number that we can have is 166. So 166 when divided by 12 and 15, we'll have to check. So 156 when divided by 12, a remainder 10. But when divided by 15, will give you a remainder of 1. And this should tell you something as a pattern that you can notice here, that all these types of numbers at the end when they divided by 12 are giving the same remainder, which is 10. But when they are divided by 15, one case you are getting a remainder of 10. In other case, you are getting a remainder of 1. So that means we cannot be sure about the answer. So we need to make the rectification in the final answer, and the answer is option 5. In case of 12, the remainder will be 10 confirmed from two examples that we have explored. But in case of 15, we are not very sure. We don't know what will be the actual remainder. And that is why this was a super question. So with this, we are done with this idea, which is divisibility of numbers. Go through any specific questions if you have not understood. If you still don't understand, please let us know. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much.